Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Train Man, and there is JSB-1 Romo sitting in orbit opposite the Victory Station. We are going to be bringing up well, we have to retrofit our Minmus payload, our Tri-Minmus payload. Minmus Tri-Lander payload, that's the word I'm looking for. We need to retrofit the new landers onto the Minmus Tri-Lander payload. So we have LUM. What was this? Light Universal Lander? Light Unmanned Lander. Oh. What is the middle section? What is the middle piece of this? That. So, all I need to do... Not all I need to do. Okay. I know what I need to do. I need to put in the LUM top and the LUM bottom. LUM top. Use Science Junior as connector. Save. LUM bottom. This is going to say the same thing. It's going to be use. That's not how you spell science. Science Junior as connector. Save. Now we're going to load up the Minmus Tri-Lander payload. Where is it? We're going to have to make a little bit of a Scientologist. Alright. Perhaps... Alright. Let me just do this for now, and then we can edit the actual rocket in a second. Right, we need to go in here, and we need the LUM bottom first. We turn this thing upside down. What? How come? That's a bit odd. Why won't you connect? Alright, let's do the top. We'll attach this thing like this for a second. We're gonna grab a Science Junior. Sure. We're gonna attach this thing to it. Oh wait, that's great. That is very off-center. Hold on. Let's undo that. That reattaches. And then I did notice that I said reattach. I did notice that, there we are. We can toss this out now. That this bottom lit up as something for us to... No. God damn it. Undo that. I keep grabbing the wrong piece. I need to grab the fuel tank. Don't I? Put you away. Yeah. Okay, I need to use that docking port as a way to mate these two. Alright. think we're gonna have to build this thing from the ground up. Again. Because of this. How this game works. Fortunately, we have an analog right there. So... Actually, what I can do in the meantime, let me grab one of those big struts. Or an I-beam. I-beam would work. Attach it like that so we can get a good look at the thing. Alright, so we have one of those RCS fuel tanks. I'm just going to run through this real quick, because we already know what we're doing. RCS fuel tank on the bottom. Then we have one of those smaller fuel tanks here. We have 2 Science Juniors on top of that. Science Junior, Science Junior. Then we have 2 sets of 2 parachutes, not 4 parachutes. Although we could do 4 parachutes and just split up the stages, and I might do that anyways. We have an octo. We have the flight computer. Or what I'm going to call the flight computer. We have these 4 RCS jets. Accidentally deleted them. 4 parachutes. Those are actually in utility instead of aerodynamics. I feel like they should be in aerodynamics. Insert them like that. Giggity. We have 2 mystery goos. On the sides of the Science Junior. Like, not like that at all. Like that. Then we have these 2 awkwardly placed fuel tanks, because that's how we keep this thing compact. Let's come down almost to the bottom there, in order to keep the center of gravity low. Then we have the lights. Let's get the lights while we're at it. Here are the lights. 2 lights. There. We have 2 more RCS jets, or rather 4 more RCS jets. Right underneath the lights at the bottom of the thing. We have these 2 sets of 2 engines each. There aren't actually 4 engines. There are 4 engines total, but they're 2 sets of 2 engines. Right up next to that thing, and with those little gray bits right up against the bottom there, or else this thing is going to be difficult to control, to say the least. Although, if it flies like a bat out of hell, it won't be something I'm all too unaccustomed to. Zoom in, let's get these fuel lines. Landing legs? Fuel lines. We need to get the landing legs as well. Alright, that works. Landing legs. Those should be in utility. See, now that we know what we're doing, again, this is going a lot quicker than it was last time. Sure. Let's grab these guys and put them on the other side. Oh, not quite. Pull it one more. Again, with the needing to have these things level. Yeah, it's good enough. Alright. Next. What am I missing so far? Batteries. We have a bunch of batteries, and then we have all the scientific instruments. Let's get the scientific instruments first, because they're easy to remember. And they're also easy to forget. So that one goes there. This one goes over here. And the gravioli detector goes there. Those are all in 2x symmetry, so we have 2 of them. Let's stick the tail on this thing. Tail being this antenna, although it points up like that. Almost looks dirty. Oh, right. And the only thing left is the batteries. Oh no. What have I done? I actually don't care too much if that's check quad now because I'm about to be throwing it out. Alright. Oh dear. Come on. There we are. Oh, I didn't have 2x symmetry on for either of any of these. Alright, let's do that. There, and one more set to round out this entire lander. Now it's going to be a while before we actually get to use these. Just a while in real life time. I'm not sure how long the flight time will be. Although based on Kurt's most recent video, where he flew to Elu, could be a while. I don't believe I missed anything, so I'm going to go ahead with this. Not only am I going to save this thing, I'm going to delete the LUM bottom. Oh, put that back. Delete the LUM top. Pick the thing up again and put it down. Pick things up and then put them down. And then we're going to take this whole thing by the docking port and put it in there. We're going to call it the LUM. Description is Light Unmanned Lander. Save. Alright. Let's bring out the Light Unmanned Lander. LUM. And yes, of course it spawns. Whoa! Oh god, that was a lot of lag. Got a whole lot of lag. Although, oh. I was about to say, interestingly enough, it fits, but it doesn't fit. Not that way, you moron. Turn it this way. Are those even? Because I'm going to get rid of these. I think. Alright, so I'm going to adjust this entire design now. I think. Or we're going to have to run 2 of these missions because there are going to be 6 landers in total. 1 to fly into Minmus and the other for each of the 5 bodies in the system. This thing should be just about as heavy. I just don't want to use those, that outdated design anymore. This is no longer suitable for the light payload launcher. If this was KW, I likely would have already been using something different. Rather, if we had KW. We also have got to capture an asteroid at some point. Oh, that is not in the right place at all. Come on. That's close enough. Nobody's gonna complain, right? And so we've got to build a staging for each one of these. Although I do know that I want these parachutes, all of them, to be tucked into this top stage, and this engine to be below it. These parachutes and engines are never going to be activated by my hand, through there at least. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be bringing these things, we're going to be decoupling them and using the RCS to maneuver them pretty much the entire time. Oh, solar panels! That's the one thing I'm forgetting. Thank you for not reminding me. We gotta pull this off for now. Turn it right side up, drop it on top here, and throw the solar panels down on here. little bit of lag there. I guess that's alright. So let's turn this thing back over and put it back where it belongs. Oh, right. Triple symmetry. And come on. Trust me, you can put it there. There we go. Alright, we need to map these. No, you know, I'm not going to bother mapping those to a hotkey. Alright, and I'm going to put some RCS jets on the bottom of this thing here. Because we can. I want to have this thing in orbit by the end of this episode. Hopefully sooner than that. So getting this whole thing down pat is going to be a little bit crucial. Now, we need to build our launcher. Now, in order to not be overkill, I'm not sure I want to use mainsails. Or sorry, I'm not sure I want to use the brand new engines. I do want to use mainsails. Stacked a coupler on the bottom of that. And we need that there. Which one of these is the main component? This one. I guessed correctly. Oh yeah, I remember what I had said when I was building that. Let's grab a mainsail or two. Or more. I know how I'm going to build this now. I just figured it out because of the way I designed the rest of it. This guy's going to fit in the middle of the posts. So right there. But that's only temporary because we need decouplers on them. Of course. We're going to want decouplers, which are actually understructural. I wish you could organize the pieces yourself. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I wish there was an easy way to do it. Oh wait, no, I actually wanted the big ones for this. And let's put another half a tank on the bottom. And put some mainsails on that as well. Now we need the decouplers for these. And I'm also going to use those big ones just to keep them far enough away they won't do any damage. Or they can't possibly do any damage. Alright, so we're going to need nose cones. For these, I don't have the legitimate nose cones, so I'm just going to have to put these things on. And then get the little nose cones. That. We're going to get so much science, bruh. Oh. No. Cubic octagonal struts. I was about to say, that better be on symmetry. So if I screwed that one up, someone would have to die. They would lose their head. For a moment there I sounded like the imp. And I actually only call him that not because I don't like him, but because I can never remember his name. Because he sounds so much like his brother. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, go watch Game of Thrones. That is, unless you're not of age. Because, seriously. Like, most times, you know, people are like, ah, it's R-rated, oh, whatever. It's probably no big deal. This is one of those things where you want to pay attention to that, because holy cow. I mean, I'm not exactly complaining. But that's, oh, this is crooked? Oh, well, fine, I guess I'm gonna deal with that one. Okay, never mind. Because I won't. Strut. I command you to strut. Yes. Here we are. On this side, do that. No, that's a shame. I even had something clever to say if it didn't work. Alright, so we're also going to want things here that connect out just to over here. Just because we will. Okay. The other thing we need is fins. Because fins are useful. Now again, there might be one or two quote-unquote test flights of this thing because I don't know what's going to burn out first. I really don't. I've never used the solid fuels before. Or these in particular, I mean. I've used solid fuels plenty of times. But I don't really need to be saying that considering you've seen me most of those times. Okay. So we have these three and the solid fuels. And that. Oh, I want some launch climbs as well, don't you think? So, these are for different things. I'd have a 50-50 shot and say these are going to go first, whichever these things are. Yep, that'd be my guess. And then we lose. Oh, we want fuel lines, don't we? For some little bit of onion staging. Oh, and of course, I almost forgot about the launch clamps again. Why does it keep locking up like that? Hold on. Why is that so high? What else is taking this up? Oh. No, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell you precisely, because it's normally not so screwy. We know that. And it's not the typical kind of lag that I've come to expect with Bandicam and running something heavy. So, we're going to call this the JTLP. That'd be Joule. Tri-lander payload. And we're just going to call it Otacon. I was tempted to call it Octagon, but Otacon, not only is it a reference, it sounds cool. And we're 23 minutes into this video, and we're finally walking out to the launch pad, which is almost depressing. God, does that look weird? If this was Ferrum, it would never let me get away with that. Fortunately, this isn't Ferrum. Let's see if we can get off the launch pad at 2/3 throttle. I bet you we will. Getting off the launch pad is a loose term. Alright, so we are on the up and up, guys. Those solid fuels are doing most of the heavy lifting, and the main sails and orange tanks we have are just kind of filling in the extra for the good acceleration that we use. Oh man, look at those effects for those solids. Nice. They're cool looking effects, I'll say. I say. How lovely. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? We're behind this guy, so it's not going to be ideal for our meetup. Though I'm not sure if this thing is going to make it, believe it or not. I'd be surprised if this thing had less delta V than the other thing. If this had less delta V than the, well, let's switch those around, because that's obviously how it's going to pan out. Come on, stop lagging. Alright, so we're about to lose those. So we might want to throttle up. We didn't strut those down well enough. We really didn't. I strutted them to the solid fuels. I didn't really think when we lost the solid fuels. I thought about when we lost these, that's why I added these struts. If you can really see that. I'm not so sure. And now we're tumbling as a result. Alright. Apocalypse is already at 40,000. And climbing. Speed is increasing, so I think we're good to go. We have a decent amount of fuel in this thing. This is turning into the Eve setup. The first time I went to Eve. Not when I took you guys. I don't think I ever took you guys to Eve. We need to go to Eve. That's something we need to do. That's a future mission. I don't know why I feel like going to Jewel is easier than going to Eve, but... I mean, actually, I understand why. Well, Jewel may have a retarded amount of gravity. We're not going to be landing on it and picking back off. In fact, we're not going to be landing on Jewel. I don't know too many people that have. Though apparently Scott Manley has landed on the sun. So pitching over, our apoapsis is up at 87,000. Let's pitch all the way over, because we can. It's Romo. Set his target. Whoa! Too much pitch over. Pitch over too much. Too much. I like we can control that in real time. Hey, we're officially in space. No. Stop doing that. So we're gonna cut this at 100,000. Alright? Yeah, we're high enough we can try and warp, so let's get there. Alright. We're there. Let's get this sucker into orbit. Let's just use the thrust vectoring in order to do it. This is like the spikes I was having on when I was playing off my flash drive. Except it wasn't always when I was playing off my flash drive, because I play off it now and it's not nearly as bad. I wonder what's doing it. I'll have to go into the computer and screw around. I know that sounds a bit ambiguous, but I just mean some simple stuff like defragging and... Because if it was happening to me on my old flash drive, which was kind of a piece of junk, I'm going to assume that it was because... I'm going to assume that it was because the hard drive wasn't reading so well, or the drive on the flash drive wasn't reading as well as you'd hope. Cut back, bring it forward. You know what? Let's bring this to an intercept. Like an actual legitimate intercept. There we are. Now we can edit from, let's say from here. Let's say we come back around and we edit from here. Oh, no, sorry, no. That'd be kind of stupid. Because we don't want to edit the place where... We want to edit from here. Or intersect. Yeah. maneuver. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. And of course, if I want to do that, it's going to put us inside the planet. Not something that I'm aiming for. If I bring this out and around, bring my periapsis down to... Oh, that's too low. No. Okay, you know what? What I'm gonna have to do, bring out this, make a new one, have maneuver, and then in here, give me where's the new buttons? I thought we had new buttons. Ah. Plus, plus. Ah, that's more like it. Oh, we almost had it. Or we did have it, and we lost it. Ah. 13.6. On what axis are we off? Compensate for any failings. Seems that the failing that we're looking at... Okay, stop. Go away. I would like that little marker to go away. I can't believe that's 7.9 kilometers away still. 6.0. In what dimension are they away from one another? Oh, up and down. Could have guessed that one. Whoop. Whoop. Nope. Come on. I do... Okay, I'm going to take this moment to say that I like the changes to the maneuver node system. However, there are some things that could still use addressing. Ah! 3.7. 1.0. That's more like it. So we have an hour to wait. Let's try and line up this maneuver here. Zoom in. That's 33 meters per second. We won't need this tank for that. Okay, so let's find our maneuver node. Assume it's around back here. I assume it's on this plane, or it's very close. But that thing would be 1 second of burn, but it's not worth spinning the whole thing around for it. Good for electric charge. We have 3,000 on this whole ship, and I'm sure about 1,000 of each is nestled on those, on one of those landers. So let's spin around the 3 required times. I really do wish there was a skip 2 button. But of course that would force the game's hand even more in terms of processing. So we're bringing this up, and it goes at 100 over here, and we're going to make, what, 2 more orbits? 1 more orbit? At least we're not passing through, the atmosphere where we'd get screwed over by that. $43.3. Let's wait until we get above 120, and then we'll go back to 100 works. Speed. Speed. 43 minutes. That's one more orbit, I think. Yep. One more orbit. So we're gonna come around the mountain again and... Well, the mountains. All of them. Come around all the mountains on Kerbin. Alright, wait for it. Wait for it. No, just kidding. I for a moment thought we were doing it there, but we're not. There's Romo. So we're going to be matching pace with him. Just about. 10 minutes. 9 minutes. 8. 7. 6. 4. 3. 2. 2. I said 2. Oh. Wonder how long this burn is going to be. I never made a test. Alright, let's get on target. And we're all set to be on target. So even at minimum throttle, it's 15. Alright. Let's get a little closer to our burn time. Well, that was a little too close for my liking. Ding. And our separation is 10. Okay, well, let's see if we can adjust that. Have maneuver. No, that's getting farther away. We need to move them towards one another. Called an intercept, not a runaway. .0, I'll deal with that. 5 minutes till the burn. Oh, and you know what that entails. We've got to move these ships over once we get there, and then send this thing back down to... back home to Kerbin. And by back home, I mean I need to crash this thing, because it doesn't matter... It doesn't matter about the cost of these items. Two, one. Where's Romo? Should be behind me, below me, above me, next to me. I don't know, one of those. Where is Romo? From here. Oh, he's way behind me. Or he's... No, sorry, he's way in front of me. Should be out there somewhere. Alright. Let's get to the minute. The final hour. That was dead on. Alright. We have an intercept of 1.0 kilometers. Let's see him. Where is he? Whoa, loading delay. No, that wasn't loading delay. That was just delay. 4.4 kilometers out. 3.0 loading delay. That was the actual loading delay, and then there was some regular delay. Because the game is having a bad day. Day delay. So once he gets down to 1 kilometer, we're going to even out our speeds. Should be about 10 seconds of burn time. Burn. I've said it once, I'll say it again. I wish there was a full throttle button. Like there's a cut throttle button, there should be a full throttle button. Also, there should be a go to maximum warp button, just for the sake of going to maximum warp. Because then you can say go to maximum warp and hit one button and it'll happen. That way. We need to fly towards our target. Man, this thing is gonna have so many parts when we're done with it. How are we at slowing down? Good. Quite good, as a matter of fact. Can we... No, we can't dock directly with this because I didn't design it for that. I could have, but I didn't. And we don't have a grapple. We could have put a grapple on this thing instead. Or not a grapple, but a grabber. That would have made things interesting. Also, what kind of ship do you think we could retrofit with a grapple? I think one of the old bussers would do. Like perhaps the what was it? Interplanetary Busser 3? Or the Planetary Busser 3? I don't remember what it was called, but it was the one that went out and saved people. I think we might be able to retrofit that one. I might have the Delta V to go after an asteroid. Maybe while this is flying out, we'll try to catch one that flies by. But again, there's 2 missions in between then and now. And the launch of this mission. Anyways. We have so much monopropellant. And almost all of it's in that main tank there. So we're going to have to transfer some of that when we go to dock these things, when we go to move these things. I'm doing this like I'm going to dock. No, what I need to do is hold still and send these probes over one by one. Because that's how this is really going to work. We can still get plenty closer, though. I'm okay with that. Hell, we can pull up right alongside them and do these docking maneuvers right from there. That'll work. That'll work just fine. Still moving towards at 4.4. Let's slow it down now. We're 100 meters away. I can do a 100-meter dash with these things. Alright. So we're gonna fill these guys up. Out. The camera moves oh so subtly. Out. And last but not least, in. Just to change things up. Now, which one of these first? We don't have a special person to do, so decouple node, swap to this guy, hit R, back on out. Control from here. Target is that docking port. Now make way. What do we use to switch to chase camera? Whoa! Alright, something like that. Reminded me now of War Thunder. I'm behind the cockpit. Or behind the cockpit? Yeah, that. What I mean is behind the throttle. Behind the yoke. In the cockpit. You know why they call it a cockpit? You ever been to a Turkish prison? That's right, I'll be making airplane jokes next time I go on War Thunder. So long as I'm playing with somebody that I remember. Or somebody that I know that knows them. Actually, next episode of War Thunder is already recorded. And in fact, it's already up by the time you see this video, so me saying next time is still relevant. So long as I remember to do that, which might not happen. Okay, so what I don't know is how long exactly these things are. Oh, I am going for that one. Okay. Well, no, actually, I should turn this way. And then just park it like this one. Man, does that make me a little bit sick. But I have to do it so that I don't bonk into the side of this thing. So we gotta move over. I want to back up a little bit, because I don't know. You can use those solar panels as an indicator. Oh. What did we bump into? Oh, we bumped into the actual ship. Ah, now we're right on target. And... alright, that's 1 out of 6. I'm gonna go take care of the other 2 off camera, because I know once you guys have seen this once, you've seen it a million times. And I've done it plenty of times on camera before. So, with that, you know what I have to do? Hold on, let me quick save. Because as much as I want to keep this on here... No, you know what? I'll pay attention to that when the time really comes. What needs to happen is I need to, not break things. Look at all those strange things happening. Jettison that one, jettison the other one, which breaks things. Oh, it's freaking out. I need to jettison these guys before something blows up. There we go. Alright, well, we've exposed our nuclear engines. I just needed to do that because when I separated these, I didn't want everything blowing up. We've got to put these nuclear engines in the same stage as the decouplers they're in front of, so that it makes sense. And I'll see you guys next week. I'm going to go dock these other 2. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and in a couple of... and probably the video after next, we'll be heading out to Jewel. Because I don't have the motivation to do both of these things in once, so what I'll probably do, actually, it'll be next video. I'll bring the other one of these up next video, and I'll dock the other 3 off camera, and then... hold on, let me... just so that I don't knock those guys off. I'll dock the other 3 off camera, and then I'll... why is that green? And then we'll head out during the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next week. Trainman out.